AARP Fraud Watch Network.
Welcome back. So we are getting to the heart of holiday shopping and giving season, and no matter how careful we think we are, bless you, there are people out there waiting for one slip up to steal everything from your personal info to your money and even the packages delivered to your house. With Safety Info Now, please welcome the director of AARP Foundation's Fraud Fighter Call Center, Lita Scott. Thank you for the work you do.
Thank you.
It's super important. So how does the Fraud Fighter Call Center help people?
Well, we provide information and resources to people about frauds and scams that are currently happening, and we also provide victim assistance for folks who've lost money.
So there are ways to contact you, which we'll put on our website. And then in terms of your warnings, how do people best get a hold of those?
How do they get a hold of the warnings?
Yes.
On the Fraud Watch Network website, there's a lot of different information about common scams that are currently happening.
And it's not just a good idea for yourself, but maybe, for your parents or somebody else who might not be going online and looking around. You can share those ideas. So you have some tips for safe and enjoyable shopping. One is to keep the debit card in your wallet, and you say you cannot stress this enough. Why is that?
Well, with a credit card, you want to use your credit card rather than your debit card, because with your credit card you have less liability. Your liability could go up to $50, but with a debit card rather, you could have greater financial losses.
So if they empty out your bank account, do you really not have any recourse, or it's just harder to prove?
It's based on how soon you report the activity. It's kind of on a time clock. So the longer you wait, the harder, the more fees you're going to incur.
Now, you suggest that we monitor our credit card and our bank transactions frequently, and most of us are bad about doing that, right? We're busy, we don't go online. Is it beneficial to set up those alerts so that you get some kind of ping when your credit card is used?
Oh, absolutely, because I feel like we can get really, we're busy. This is a busy time of year, and if you're not monitoring those, you're not going to, it's harder to catch suspicious activity if you're not monitoring it.
And then you need to contact the company straight away.
Absolutely, immediately.
Very good. Okay, so your number 2 tip is to sign for those package deliveries, which is tough because people aren't home.
It's
but
hard
if we don't do that, then they are on the porch, and it just takes somebody who's following that truck to come get everything you ordered.
Absolutely. And the problem with it too is that unless you have a signature, those delivery companies are not responsible if you don't have a signed delivery. So there's other options you can use.
Like?
Well, some of them are, like if you're some employers are very open to having employees ship to the office, and usually people are at the office all day, so that works really well. Other good options, if you're using Amazon to do shopping, they have Amazon lockers, and you can send your package to one of their lockers, and they provide a personal code for you to go into the locker and pick up your package.
Where are the lockers?
That I'm not sure. I know there's a couple in Seattle, but they're in about 30 cities, I think.
So we can, I'm sure, look that up on Amazon online. You can also ship directly to the retailer and go pick it up, right?
Absolutely. And you might not incur the shipping fees that way, so that's a really good way to get your packages.
I know nobody wants to go to the store if they don't have to, but at least it's safe there,
but it's
and
safer.
You can just run, go get it, and go straight there. You can also rent a post office box, and they will accept packages. But you tell us that there are phishing scams, the PH kind of phishing, from UPS, FedEx, and U.S. Postal Service, asking you to click a link to solve the delivery issue. So I had not heard about this. Tell me what those are.
Well, basically, they're trying to get personal information, usually a credit card, banking card information. It's trickery, basically. So you don't want to click on those. I mean, especially if you're not expecting a package, be really, read the email carefully. And, it's probably better to contact the company directly rather than to go into that link.
And you can always call them.
Absolutely.
It's no big deal. Okay, know the charities that you're donating to. There are lots of people coming to the door. They may have something laminated that they show you, etc. So what do?
Well, those can be kind of hard sell, high pressure
Right.
situations. I really recommend say, I'm not comfortable giving, directly right now. If you can leave me some literature. I'm not a big fan of people coming to the door for solicitations, but I would just walk away until I have a chance to research that charity.
And then when you do some research, maybe it's a charity you've heard about on TV or whatever, but you're not familiar with it, what's the best way to check it out?
We have a great resource here with the Washington State Secretary of State's office. Their website has a charity, it's a locator tool that you can put the name of the charity in and it'll tell you, get all kinds of information, especially you want to know if it's registered. And it's also good to know how are your dollars being used. I like to know that most of it's actually going to program needs.
So you can check on the percentage of money they take in that goes to program.
Yep.
And on a lot of them, I don't know about this website, which by the way, we've linked onto our website now from the Secretary of State, but I love Charity Navigator and some of the others that will tell you what the CEO makes, that kind of thing. Because if somebody's making $1 bazillion to run a charity, I might be less inclined than if
it's a little more questionable.
You wonder what's going on with that. And in terms of donating this time of year, we get phone calls. There are not just people coming to the door, but phone calls as well. What do you suggest? Because people want to be polite, and they feel like, okay, well, maybe I'll give $20 or whatever, but then you've given your credit card. What do you suggest that people say?
Well, if you're getting a high pressure, aggressive type of solicitation, I really say slow down. Ask some questions. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to get more information about what you're supposedly donating to. So if they're particularly aggressive, I walk away. But I also say, if you can send me some information, I'll take a look at it and consider it. But I usually don't make decisions that quickly.
And walk away may mean that you just hang up.
Absolutely.
My mother would never hang up on people no matter what was happening, and I'd be like, Mom, it's a call center, just hang it up.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. For more information and also to contact AARP Foundation's Fraud Fighter Call Center, please visit the website on your screen. It's also on our website, along with the toll-free number for the Fraud Fighter Call Center. And again, thank you so much.
You.
Great advice. Coming up, great holiday ideas for folks with food allergies. We talk about this next.